morning, people. Apologies for not putting the video up last week. We were, or I say we, no, it was a we effort. We were busy downloading, purchasing manuals for the SU carbs and for the Nissan Navara. Believe it or not, that is only half of what came on a CD, all that lot, or Nissan service manual. It's what they send all the dealers so they can run through. Anyway, I got that from Australia, and I also ordered the CD with the workshop manual for the SU. So we've got literature, we can work things out. One of the jobs, several jobs this week, one of them is the camera system. This lead here will not fit my stereo. So what I am going to do instead, because I am desperate for a camera at the moment and we are broke, is I pulled this out of the camera box and I'm going to put that on my windscreen. I'm going to take the mirror off and we're going to thread that to the camera that's already on that tailgate. We're going to put that up to a battery and the ignition switch, and we are going to use it as a reversing camera on a mirror that's fitted to the upper part. And I'm then going to put a second camera in the bumper at some point pointing to the tow hitch, so I can just keep an eye on that if I'm towing anything in particular. One of the other jobs we've got to do is we've got to reluctantly strip this down. This is actually, apart from the rust underneath, which is quite bad in some areas, but it's retrievable, like round here where the hinges were, but it is retrievable. It has less dents than the one I fixed, actually. That dent, and a couple of irritating ones down there. Other than that, it is actually in way better damn condition. But I don't want to repaint. I've already done that once. So no, we'll have to put up with some of the poor preparation that I did on the other one. You can see it a mile off in places. But at the moment I need to get underneath this and I need to cut all of the metalwork out, because I need to replace, because I cut all mine out to get access, and I need to put all of that in play. So that's got to be put in, that's got to be put in, that's got to be glued on. That's all got to be wired up. This thing here has got to be butchered to fix the other one. And then at some point this week, we're going to pull a bumper off because I want to fit these. But I will say this much, right? My bumper is in terrible state underneath. I bought two of them with the intentions in cutting two holes out on the bumper and fitting them inside. We have night vision on that camera that's going on, and we do have ultra bright LEDs. So we can use the mirror to reverse and we shouldn't have any problems. I'm just trying to make my life a little bit easier and bring this vehicle up. It's kind of specs of what you would expect to see in some vehicle. Anyway, that's what we're doing this week. I was going to order a valley gasket, only to find out I can't at the moment, so there'll be no V8 this week, I'm afraid. Sorry, I need a valley gasket before I move on. I was looking forward to pulling those carbs off, but I don't want to leave that engine bay open to the rain, because we've got more rain coming on Wednesday, and I just don't want water getting in that engine bay. The other thing we've got to sort out today, I'm going to get to this very soon, is my alternator light is ghosting me. Let me explain. Okay, so what is happening? Well, you're going to have good eyesight with this one. Now if you look down there, now I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me just scan in a little closer to that box. See that? The light is on. It is charging. I put a test meter on it the other day. I have got 14.5 point something volt. I went onto the Nissan forums the other day, manual that I bought, and there's 3 diodes, and I was on the website and a chappie there pointed out that he had a similar problem, and it turned out to be 3 diodes in the back of the dash. They've got a habit of cracking off. Unbelievable, isn't it? So I've got to get that done today, and then sometime during the week, because we've got rain Wednesday, we have got to get that bumper off, because this is killing the paint because it's catching. We've got to make up the new plates to go over the holes that I made. That's got to be done. That's another job to do. The bumper's got to come off, the tow hitch has got to come off. You can see the swelling on that. I would very much like to drill a hole in that plate there and run a bolt through there to pull that back in, and then hammerite this whole thing up, because at the moment I am not impressed with it. And if I repair this bumper, which is looking likely I'm not going to be able to, because it's really rotten at the bottom on both sides, take note of those holes there, but we need to straighten that, cut holes out there and cut a hole out there for those two lights to go on. And then we've got to sand all the chrome down and get it ready for bed liner. The plastic's coming off, but I don't know what is going to be underneath that at all. This one's definitely going. I'm replacing that with checker plate. But the upper one, I don't really know what to do with it at the moment, but it can't stay because of the plastic issue. Right, I just pulled that dash apart. I now know why the fuel gauge was a bit lazy. The needle was rubbing on the plastic piece, so it's going down, and that's got hot. Anyway, I don't like modern motoring. There you go. There is the 3 elusive pain in the butt, and it's blurring already. I knew it would. Okay, I have fixed it, believe it or not. The light now goes out and stays out. At first I thought it was a row of these buggers down here, and it didn't, but I did solder up all of the plug sockets, and then I went over to this side, touched in these ones, soldered them all up, put it in and wiggling the plug. I'm thinking, well, why is it going out and staying out, but when I let go of the plug it's coming back on again? And I can't figure it out at all. So I was getting ready to go down the scrapyard and maybe get another dash if there's any down there, but then I thought to myself, hang on, that's just a slow down. And then I spotted those 3 at the top. I thought, well, they got the same number, I think, as what those ones down there have. And then I looked at the photograph at that bloke, which is what I should have done at the beginning, put up on the Nissan forum. Indeed, he was pointing to these. I have now soldered them. I have now plugged it in, and it is now resolved. Oh, I've only been at this about 4 hours, trying to find and test meter and find, and now I've got to put it all back together. Wish me luck on that one, because I didn't know these unclipped, and they all fell out. Oops. Okay, an update. This thing is driving me nuts. The alternator is fixed, no ifs or buts about it. That was the diodes, and I also soldered up some of the plug sockets as well. Okay, however, this is of my own making. When I took the needles out, I forgot that they've all got to be factory calibrated. I think it ticks over at 1000 RPM, and that one is now doing that. This one is set to cold because the engine is cold, so it goes to there automatically. Hopefully the sender unit is correct to what's going on. The fuel gauge, well, I had, if memory serves, my fuel was roughly about there, but because the needle was sticking on this stupid plastic backing that Nissan had put in, which is absolutely horrendous, I don't know how accurate that was. So I've now got that set there at the 1/4 point. The Speedo, this is the biggest headache of the whole lot, because I have no idea where that's meant to be. So when I turned the ignition on, all of the gauges, all of them, moved. That one went up to 2000 RPM, and that's no engine running, that's where it sat itself. This one went up to something like there. This one went straight to max, and this one was there. So while the ignition was on, I popped them all off, set them all to 0. So now when the engine's running, it is at RPM on tick over 1000. This one goes straight to the blue line at the bottom, and this one goes to the 1/4 tank mark. This one is unknown at the moment, so I need to put a sat nav in the vehicle and just see exactly what is going on with that one and see if I have got that correct. If I haven't, I've got a little bit of a handful on my plate, because I'm not sure how I'm going to set that at the moment. Yeah, there was one thing I didn't think about. Right, without getting down on all fours, we've got that one tied in. That's going under along. Oh, I need to change that. Along with two others. If you look closely, you'll see them. However, I ain't got a goddamn clue where I'm going to thread them. Everything is super sealed. Every grommet, every hose, and I don't want to make additional holes. Somehow I've got to get that wire threaded, and I don't know where it's best to go through. I could go through the bulkhead, but I've already threaded it all the way up the front. I've got the wires roughly about there at the moment. I thought maybe I'd just drill a hole in the floor, but I don't even know if I want to do that, if I'm honest. I mean, I could come up through the gearbox. As you can see, I could go through that. I might go through that actually. I might go through that and then run it through the carpet under the seat or something, and then down that channel. Two of the wires can then go in through there, but the other one is going to have to go, no, two of them have got to go up over there. One's got to go through there to the back of the stereo at some point. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. Well, as you can see, it's getting dark and it's only about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's ridiculous. The monitor is up, the wires are fitted. I've just got to connect all that lot up. Power for two cameras. I've got one camera already on, as you know, and as soon as we get that bumper off, we will get a second one put in for the tow hitch, which is probably going to go there, straight down, and then we'll get that adapter lead we need for the stereo reverse cameras. So we'll have a proper reverse and markers on that one eventually, but for now that's going to be my rear camera, because you just cannot see through that window very well, especially when it's been raining. Okay, today we are now done with the dash, and it has been an epic pain in the arse. I've had to take this entire fascia off because the bulb in the heater has blown, and as you can see, I've got condensation issues on my windscreen. Not quite sure what's going on. Anyone who's into these trucks, can you tell me, is that a standard item, this thing up here? Look, what is it? Anyone know? I'd be grateful, because I want to replace that window at some point. It's all scratched up on the outside, and I don't know if that's part of the car system or if somebody's had some kind of weird mobile phone in here. I don't know. But I would like to know if anyone recognises it as being anything specific. Now this, I took the bulb out, the little bulb holder on the back of this underneath, popped that out is what I did, unplugged it, took it into the shed, and I actually took the bulb holder terminals out and replaced those with just straight through wires with a nice LED. I don't know if you can actually see that illuminate. I don't know, I don't think you can. But anyway, that now, well, it did when I last looked at it, illuminated, which I'm quite happy about now. I don't care about the sticky lighter. What else have we done? And we also have one reversing camera installed. So yeah, it's been one of them busy days today. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough time now. I definitely can't finish the job, and I know some of you have got right grumpy with me over the past about doing videos and not finishing them off, in the sense of, well, there's a part 2. So I think at this point, all I'm going to do now is upload. you can see what I've done. I've even managed to glue all of this plastic back on to the ring. That's now in because that fell off ages ago. There's a few things here that happen to be right nasty common faults, and one of the common faults is that falls apart. For starters, it seems the diodes in the dash, they fail. And I'm sure there's more to come. I managed to scratch that all up. I'll see if there's another one down the yard I can rip off a vehicle. If not, I might take that off anyway, and I don't know, we'll see where we go with it. I could paint it, I suppose. I don't like this grey interior, never have done. Modern thing, and filthy dirty up there. Needs a bloody good scrub. I mean, we gave it a basic scrub down when we got it, but we never really went through it solidly, and that really needs to be done in the summer. I can put that on straight. That's a bit bowy up there. So yeah, all the wires run underneath. They come up through the center console, they go back under the seat, down the channel where the door is, and they go up the post a little bit, and then through there. That one there goes up, and there's 2 cameras for that, and eventually there'll be 1 camera for that. Do I need all those cameras? No, probably not. Do I want all those cameras? Yes, I do. That one on there has a reverse function where you get the 2 lines, which will just make my life a tiny bit easier. That one will give me an overall view of everything that's going on, and we've got a second one for the tow hitch, so I can keep an eye on that, along with a bulb that lights up when the tow hitch is connected up and disconnected. So yeah, with all that being said, old fruits, I'm gonna go. I'm feeling very happy about all of this. So what have we got left to do? Well, I might put a camera system in that records road users. That would be fun. And then when I do go out for long rides in the car, if I catch anybody being silly, I'll put it up on the YouTube channel for your amusement. So there is one to go in. I might put it here on the dash. I'm just debating whether I want to put a CB in this or not. Don't really need it, but I am thinking about it, and I was going to perch that there going up and put the mic on a, I don't know, I'll figure it out. This has got to be shifted off the window. I don't like it there. I want that to sit in this little cubby hole here, but it might be in the way. There ain't nowhere else to put it, to be honest. I don't want it near the window in case the phone flies off. I know somebody who's had that done. It's really annoying. And it's also handy when I pull my sat nav up. It's also got a charging point on there, but I don't know if the magnetics will strip plastic cards or not of information. Because all those tapes, all those pieces of tape, you know those cards, the piece of tape on the card itself that you've got your card, got a strip, that's actually just audio tape, really. That's all it is. And magnets will strip the information off that. It's a bloody nuisance. So if I put my phone on there, then I'm going to have to take my cards out of the wallet. Simple as that. I don't have any other sat nav, and that stereo, as far as I know, doesn't have the function for one, so we're not really going to worry about it too much. So there you go, guys and girls, we are done. I am so happy with this. We've just got to sort the condensation issue out to why it's doing it. I think it's lack of airflow in here, that's what I think it is. So there you go, one last look. Reverse camera, well, rear view mirror actually, but it's a bit big. I could do with really being about half that size, you know. It would be good, but it may not be possible to do. Oh, helps if I do that, don't it? So there you go. Stereo. My light's now fixed, so assuming it is. Yeah, it's coming on. I'm well happy. Right, see you next week. What are we doing? I'll tell you. You're gonna love it. Possibly. Getting funny looks at me. I want to get this bumper off. As you know, that's dirty. That's hitting the tailgate. I want another camera there. I want another one there. That one there is going to look at the tow hitch. That one there is just going to be for the reversing. And then we've got to cut holes out here for the lights. And then we've got to bed line it all up once we've repaired the damage that side. So that's what we've got to do. Oh, and the tailgate, tow hitch has got to be painted. That made me jump. So that's next week, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. One quick update. I've had to put that in. I have that relatively well calibrated up to about 30 mile an hour, but when you get over 30, I go all over the place. And I think I now know what's going on. And I did say from the very beginning to the old wifey that this Speedo isn't accurate. I think the wheels, I think someone's put larger diameter tyres on, and that's the only thing that can cause a Speedo to go out and upset the economy, the fuel economy. So yeah, temporarily I've got that in there now. That's coupled up to the USB on the stereo system. All the dash is back in. I've got the needle. It hits around 31 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour, sorry, 28, oh, hang on a moment, I've got to think about this. When that one's on 31, that is on 29, so 30 mile an hour ain't too bad, but when I hit 40, I get a little bit like that, adds an extra 1 mile an hour. As you get to something like 35, when it hits 35, that's actually sort of 36, 37, and when you hit 40, that's 45, and then when you hit 50, you're doing 60, and so. And you see what I'm saying? That 1 inch tyre diameter has completely screwed up that Speedo. So we're just going to have to ignore it, or we're going to have to blank those numbers and rewrite new ones in, which quite frankly I don't really want to do. So that'll have to do for the time being. As long as it's accurate, it'll be crap when I go under tunnels and stuff, but we can always work out where 30 is on that, if that is accurate. I need to put my mobile phone Speedo on as well and see if I can make sure, well, just so I can check that the mobile corresponds with the GPS, and then we'll work it from there, because I don't actually know which one is telling me the damn truth. Right, well, the only thing I've got as a problem is I think I put the wrong screws somewhere, because I can't get screws to hold this plastic crap in place over the steering. It's a pain in the butt, if I'm honest, but we are all there now. I'm quite happy about all of this. So my friends, it's time to move on. I will take the bumper off tomorrow. This has now given me a 20-minute video, and we'll upload this for today, so you get one early. See you on the next one.